Hey folks, if you haven't watched one of these videos before, welcome. I very much appreciate it. I am Johnny Phoenix. I am just a person on the internet who likes to play Magic. I am not a former pro. I wasn't on the SCG tour even. I'm not a full-time Magic content creator. I just like playing Magic. And I know that when I watch, the big names, it gets to be intimidating because they win a lot. And sometimes I kind of feel like shit. So I just wanted to come out and be the guy that gets you into the format, goes 2-3, doesn't put any pressure on you to feel like, oh, it's so easy to win. That's where we're at. So I'm going to dive into some drafts. We're going to, do as best as we can. If I'm playing well, if I make some good picks, you want to come in and big up me in the comments, I'll take that. When I make mistakes or when you would have done things differently, please come let me know. Come let me know how things could have gone better, what plays you would have made, where I'm biffing things, because I want to be learning here with everyone else. With all that said, thank you again for watching the video, and let's get to the draft. All right, folks. I'm back for another Foundations draft today. Hope everyone had a good holiday. I know I did. If you are one of the small handful of folks watching these videos, thank you. I'm going to be volunteering at GDQ this year. So I'm going to be gone for about a week and a half. I'm going to try to get some videos recorded and get them all posted and uploaded on the same schedule that I've been using. But if that doesn't happen... Please don't desert me or whatever. I'll be back. Nothing's wrong. So yeah, thank you again if you are one of the folks watching these. And let's go. Come on, buddy. I'm still, I've been having fun still doing Foundations and Pioneer Masters, despite the end of the last Pioneer Masters video. If you happen to watch that one, I went on a little bit of a tangent, but that's okay. Genesis Wave, huh? I don't think Genesis Wave is good. Well, this pack seems kind of whatever to me. I don't want to go aggro. But I think like Dauntless Veteran and Healer's Hawk are the cards I'm looking at. Nothing else is... I could be wrong about Genesis Wave, but I don't think I am. It seems like it costs 100 mana to hopefully do anything. Ravenous Amulet for the Sacrifice deck. I haven't given that a try. I think I'm going to take Healer's Hawk. Like Dauntless Veteran really locks you in, I feel like, and I think Healer's Hawk, I think that's what I'm going to take. I think that's what we're going to try. We'll see what comes our way. A Guarded Heir, a Buccaneer, a Felidar Savior, a Bacon to a Pie. Affectionate Indrik, a card that I like. I don't think is good enough here. I'm looking at Skyship Buccaneer and Felidar Savior. I think Buccaneer is pretty good. I think Blue-White Flyers is pretty good. Also Bacon to a Pie. Also very good. There's one black card here. I could take the Bake. I do like the black-white thing when I've been able to play it. I don't feel like that's been since very early on in the format. Healer's Hawk can be a good source of life gain. Oh, jeez. I don't really know what to pick here. Let me know what any of you all would pick. Felidar Savior seems like the weakest card to me, but also lets me stay mono white at this point. It doesn't, Guarded Heir I feel like is pretty good, but is expensive. Jeez. I'm going to take the Bake, I think. I think it's enough better that also goes in the, okay, thank you, Immediate Punishment. There's a Skyship Buccaneer and an Essence Scatter. I could take the Essence Scatter and pass 2 Buccaneers. I could take a Youthful Valkyrie, which doesn't feel very strong. The Infestation Sage is fine for the Sacrifice deck, but I feel like these cards are just very good. like a lot better than Infestation Sage. I think I'm going to take the Essence Scatter. It goes okay in the Blue-White Flyers deck, and it also is good in the like Bake into a Pie Dimir Control deck. Buccaneer is a sick card, I think, but it's also a 5-drop. So I'm going to take the cheap card. I feel like good cheap cards are tough to come by. One of my recent Foundations drafts was a weird Esper deck, and I feel like we're heading for that again. But I mean, Banishing Light is just really good. Again, it goes in any deck that I end up in. I like a Refute well enough. Especially like with the Essence Scatter, the Bake into a Pie, we could get into like a control like Drago thing. But I'm not sure what to do here. I guess we can keep taking white cards. This is also the only white card here. Prideful Parent is fine. We're not really looking like a super good Prideful Parent deck, but it clogs up the board at least. Could also take an Uncharted Voyage and see where that leads me. I mean, the pick and the Katana are fine with the Hawk, but they're not really the place I want to be with the other stuff. Banishing Light, you know, goes in any white deck. I'm going to take the white card and see if I can get rewarded in pack 2. There's an Eaten Alive and a Dismal Backwater. I mean, I've had a good experience with Garrick's Uprising, but we're obviously not anywhere close to that. I guess maybe we just stick with the black-white removal thing that we've got going. Prideful Parent's okay with Eaten Alive for sure. Gives you some fodder. Okay, we'll stay on the black-white removal plan. Rise of the Dragon Caller, I think, is a cool way to lose the game. It just is funny to me, like the big do-nothing enchantments they put in this set. I haven't looked at any of the data. I've just been playing games and having a good time. But I'm imagining those big... Okay, I guess we're going to be set on removal, and we're going to be looking for ways to win the game. With the 2 Eaten Alive and the Stab, finding like some Micromancers and maybe splashing blue might actually be good. We could still end up in like the blue-black control, splash white, for like the Banishing Light if we want to do that. None of this stuff really appeals to me. Like, yeah, I'm just really far from Thornwood Falls doing anything. Maybe if we end up in black-white sack somehow. I guess if we're going to be a control deck, maybe we want to have a Seismic Rupture. I could just take the Witness Protection. I don't know. I've gotten plenty of shots at Macabre Waltz. That just doesn't seem like where I'm going to be at. Aegis Turtle also doesn't seem like where I'm going to be at. I'll try the Waltz again if we kind of end up in the Sacrifice deck. I guess that's the... If we end up in the Sacrifice deck, maybe we're splashing Involuntary Employment. We got a Wizard. Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad we're black. There's a Banishing Light here. There's a Scoured Barrens. There's a Think Twice. Shriek Mass. We're kind of putting stuff in the graveyard. A Shriek Mass might be okay. But I'm going to take Conqueror. This thing's just like... giant flying threat, and if they can't answer it, you win. This is all much less good. I don't really think I want to play any of these cards. Crystal Barrier is still my guess for one of the worst rares in the set. Again, haven't looked at the data. I keep saying, like, maybe if I'm in the sacrifice deck, like maybe I want a Hungry Ghoul. But it doesn't feel like I need to pick it second pick. I do need to get some creatures. That is a thing I would like to have. Whenever an opponent... Yeah, that's... I'm just taking a weak card here, and I don't really know what else. Lunar Insight. We did some work trying to figure that one out. It was fine. I guess, like I said, maybe I just start jamming creatures, but maybe a Soul Caller? I have, what, one Healer's Hawk, the Hungry Ghoul I just picked, and the Prideful Parent. We do have the 2 Eaten Alives, where we could get some value out of the Soul Caller. Eat the parent, pick the parent up. I just don't think... Again, we're just picking a card that I don't want to pick third pick. I could pick the Dismal Backwater just in case. I think I'd rather do that. I'm trying to pick creatures. They're just... They're just not here, I guess. I'd have to go back and look if, like, other colors were really open and I was just kind of too focused on Esper or what. I don't see any, like, really bad cards that I've picked, except maybe the Hungry Ghoul. Flame Wake I'm just not going to get to. Light Shell. Heir Apparent. I feel like I'm just going to take this Uncharted Voyage. Like, I just don't... Felling Blow is, like, the best card. I could take another land and secure the splash. Or I could take a Cathar Commando, which is a reasonable cheap card. I can't really splash Brineborn. I don't think. That's not really the place I want to be. Cathar Commando is kind of whatever. But, like, I kind of need some things to put into play. I have 2 stabs to play early. I'm going to take a Prideful Parent, I guess. Blanchwood Armor is a million miles. If there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard... I'm already just interacting so much. Like, I want to play to the board. I don't want to pilfer. I could, like, splash an Icewind. I'm not really a Juggernaut deck. I could try to get some card advantage this way. Really go hard into the control thing. Maybe I'll try that. I mean, I'll take a Plunderer. I don't know how I'm triggering Raid at this point. A lot of Cackling Prowlers going around. Zombie or Crypt Feaster? I don't know. There's like a handful of scenarios where the Graveyard Hate is fine. It gains a little life. It can trade reasonably well on defense. And a Fleeting Distraction. Well, it'd be... Is this the worst ever deck for Leyline Axe? Essence Scatter's probably definitely not making it. Unlikely that Uncharted Voids makes it. I have how many creatures right now? 8. Okay, we take the axe, and then hopefully we get like Gourmand or Hawk or Helpful Hunter back. One of those. We're going to be hard-pressed to do that, I think, but I'm just going to have a bunch of removal, and hopefully axe plus random stuff or Conqueror can win the game. More removal. I don't think I need that. If I had a bunch of Prideful Parents already, or a bunch of Heir Parents already, maybe that would be a thing. But it makes 2 creatures that both can wear a Leyline Axe, I suppose, for as good as a 2/2 double strike trample is. A 2/2 or a 3/3. There's like a time stop. There's a Perforating Artist. I'm not doing that stuff. I really could use some more cheap cards. I mean, turn 2 Gourmand, turn 3 Prideful Parent, sack your token to draw a card seems like a pretty good play to me, and I need the cheap stuff. I have like Stab early. Just put the axe on it and hit for 6 unblockable. A Pup, a Soul Caller, a Vanishing Light. Pup is like whatever. I already have a bunch of mediocre 3s. Pup picking up Parent is, I mean, I'm going to take the Vanishing Light. I'm trying to take creatures. I'm trying my best. If there just were some decent ones, I'd take them. White-black land, Hungry Ghoul. I mean, again, Hungry Ghoul with 3 Prideful Parents, I guess, is a thing. Take the 2-drop. I feel like Soulstone Sanctuary is probably fine, just as like a late game 3/3. Little flood protection. Literal nothing. We'll just put a card in the sideboard. I think I want Rat over 4th Prideful Parent. You can feed the Rat to Gourmand, get a good amount of card advantage. Am I going to play this Healer's Hawk? Second zombie, even less exciting than the first. But high power creature to put an axe on. Fake Your Own Death. I have 0 Helpful Hunters. I have 1 Burglar Rat. I have some Prideful Parents. I'm not really playing anything else, so we're just going to put this in the pile. Again, not having enough creatures. Okay. There's like a Time Stop. There's a Perforating Artist. There's a Heir Parent. I'm not really getting to any of these cards. I guess Perforating Artist. I mean, I wouldn't have the fixing off 1 Bloodfell Caves, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, this is where we've ended up, huh? Okay. Exactly 23 cards. We're just removal and 2 bombs. And I just literally, that's all the black and white cards I have. 1, sacrifice a creature, draw a card, and put a soul counter on this artifact. Activate only as a sorcery. Sacrifice this artifact, each opponent loses life. Okay, so like, it's slow, but it turns all my like 1/1s. It's like a weird Vampire Gourmand kind of. Healer's Hawk just does not seem good in this deck. Maybe if I can play it on 1, it like buffers my life total a little bit. Maybe Vampire Gourmand eats it. Maybe I sack it to Eaten Alive. I feel like either I'm going to have Prideful Parent or the Eaten Alives are going to be 5 mana removal. I would cut an Eaten Alive, I think, if I had anything else to play. 13 creatures. I want to be able to play Hawk on 1, but I've got Conqueror and Bake. No fixing, just basics. We're in a spot here with this one. Actually, Hawk, Commando, 3 Prideful Parents, so that's that 5, 6, 7 white cards. And a lot of black. Yeah, we're going to go like this. We'll see how many times we draw Conqueror and Axe and see what happens from there. Okay. Again, I don't feel like I really picked too many bad cards. I don't know if I was missing what was open. Opponent goes first. 2 lands. Well, we've got a Bloodthirsty Conqueror, should we be able to get there. Opponent's on plains. Okay. Alright, I mean, Prideful Parent should be pretty decent. I mean, we should be able to get rid of it eventually. Yeah, this is not what I want to see. Okay, that bailed us out pretty hard to be able to play a 3-drop. I really want to keep hitting my land drops. Squire is going to be big enough to get through. I mean, we're just going to have to Eaten Alive the Squire anyway, which is also tricky if I eat the... Yeah, I need to hit lands. I've got more Prideful Parents as fodder for the Eaten Alive. We'll see how things go. Great. I mean, I need to just keep the parent. I really need to draw a land is what I need. And now I would need it to be a swamp. I could just Eaten Alive away the parent and play Cathar Commando. Cathar Commando is horrible on this board. Do I Eaten Alive away the Gourmand? It just seems good with the 2 other parents. We got really run over this game, though. That's for sure. Okay. We'll see what they've got. I'm assuming it can't possibly be nothing. That would be highly unusual. Okay. I feel like we're getting to a place, like they just used a removal spell, that's good. I've got Conqueror coming. Can't play it, but what are you gonna do? Do I want to Eaten Alive the Dazzling Angel? Seems a bit aggressive, but my deck is so full of removal, and I'm pretty low on life total. I could definitely get countered here. That seems... okay. Nothing again. A gold vein pick. Okay. I mean, it is possible they're just holding up removal and that my... my Conqueror is going to get killed as soon as it comes down. We'll try and do this. Okay. If at least one creature card was exiled this way. 2 target cards from a single graveyard. I really don't... okay, well, I guess that's fine. Getting rid of 2 planes is good enough, and we'll... I mean, I don't love it. I don't love it, that's for sure. I don't love putting another land on top, but I'll see if I can play my bomb. Like, if I can trade the Commando for the Pick and the Hunter, I lose a 1/1 as well. But now they don't have the Pick to pick. Now I can Soul Shackled Zombie away the... I really want to... I think they must be holding some other removal spell. So I really don't want to play the Conqueror. Not sure if there's reason to hold or play the land. Maybe they're just flooded. Okay, they must have been. Fake Your Own Death was pretty good. If I probably would have kept just sitting on what I had, played the land, and then if I drew another land, I could play Conqueror plus Fake Your Own Death. Maybe they didn't have removal? I don't know. That was my read based on them not playing cards, but maybe they were just flooded. We got an orb. Deck worked okay. We saw a lot of prideful parents, had a lot of fodder to do stuff. We do not have a lot of power to put onto the battlefield, that's for sure. I guess that's another reason to just be extra super careful with the Conqueror, if at all possible. Because we just have so few ways to really win the game. Vampire Gourmand is like a decent way at sneaking in 4 or 6 damage, weirdly enough. Alright, we've got an early stab. We got some 3s. For like 4 mana, we could like stab plus folly to like set some things up. I guess I'm going to play the Hawk here instead. And if, like, I don't have a two mana play anyway, so if I have to stab their 2-drop on my turn 2, I can do that. And yeah, maybe the Hawk can sneak in. Okay, well, that's not a thing I'm stabbing, so we'll see how things go. I saw 1 Hunter during the draft. I would have taken some. I'm going to play the Parent. I really, like, my deck is filled with removal, so I'm not too worried about snapping off a Banishing Light. But I have the Hawk. I'm on 22. I can take some damage, and I guess I'm never really... I don't know. It's dangerous to block with Parent and stab. No attacks. Okay. Seeker's Folly looks like it's going to be Mind Rot this game. They could, like, double block and then I'd lose the Parent. I don't know. I'm not sure I thought that one through appropriately, but I figured, you know, they'd be scared. Just a land. Soul Shackled Zombies. Pretty trash. I think we'll Folly here. Keep up stab. Maybe they put a creature in the graveyard. Nope. Make Your Move does seem pretty bad against my deck in general. It destroys my 2 bombs, weirdly enough. The Conqueror and the Leyline Axe. But otherwise, you can, like, hit a Soul Shackled Zombie, which is pretty whatever. Okay. They're not putting the Wizard in combat. Does losing Stab and Prideful Parent... I mean, I'm going to try this. I want a Banishing like the Wizard. Okay, so the Stab got rid of the 3/3. That's nice. I'm just paying full price for everything. No free equips, no free put into play. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn. So right now, Zombie would hold back the Wizard unless they had a card draw spell. I could just Banishing Light the Wizard and attack with all. But that's the most mana inefficient play. Maybe I should have played a Plains and held up a black. They have Refute. Okay. Well, that was definitely by far the worst card in my hand to get refuted. They discarded an island. Gonna go to 21. I mean, I could have left the wizard in play, I suppose. That would have been a nice thing to Vanishing Light. Well, they're obviously not going to block. Boy, it'd be nice if I could, play and equip my axe. Maybe if I play Soul Shackled Zombie, it like they equip and stay back. Like putting the axe into play with a bunch of 1/1s. Obviously, I'm just going to try to slam it on the Hawk. But if I can get it on the zombie, that's not bad. They could like have a land, hit me for 4, equip onto the hunter. Ooh. They could only have Essence Scatter. They could have a Cathar Commando. I'm going to try to end the game here. And I think this is the best way. Yeah, they double block. I guess that makes sense, because maybe I should have kept the zombie back. I'm not sure. Because the zombie wears the axe pretty darn well. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I still don't get play and equip yet. I don't know, a bunch of Vanishing Lights, Bake into a Pie, Leyline Axe. Seems like I'm in decent shape. Guarded Air, okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about the end there, attacking with the zombie and playing the zombie as opposed to the axe. Even going back to Banishing Lighting the Wizard and not just holding my 1 catch-all removal spell and continuing to just chip in for 1 in the air. Because even if the Wizard keeps growing, I have the Banishing Light whenever I need it. Alright, I'm on the draw. I have 4 cards I can potentially play off, like 3 cards to play. I have interaction, I have a card I can play, I have a card I can play off any land. You know where I'm trying to get to, right? Was this just the table I was at and they took all the Helpful Hunters? I am 2-0 against helpfulhunter.deck so far, so maybe that says something. I don't know. I want to attack and like find a white land off the Plunderer, but that does mean the Pridemate could grow out of stab range. But I have Bake. Kind of sucks to bake a Pride Mate. But again, my deck is just like filled with removal spells. Yep. And I have the Death Toucher on the ground as well, so... I could play Prideful Parent and stab. I could just attack with Hungry Ghoul. I think that's the thing I'm going to do anyway. If I could play Prideful Parent and Hawk, I'd probably do that. I'm probably going to end up baking the Angel. I'm going to put my stuff into play. I'm going to stab now. And then, like, we'll see what they play. Maybe I can bake and make a big attack. Okay. That's... the 1-3 is super awkward for me. I'll say that. See what they do. Nothing. They just wanted to put that Resolute Reinforcements into play before I did anything else. Okay. I kind of want to play a white card because I only have 1 Plains, but it's just not very mana efficient. Zombie kind of really sucks right now. I could just bake the Angel here again while they're tapped out. They found blue mana, okay. So we could be in trouble for using the bake. Bounce, plunder, or attack just with Valkyrie, okay. I feel like I just want to clear things up. I do kind of want to play Rat here because I want to get the value, but I could also play Plunderer plus Hawk to look for something good. I do have quite a bit of fodder. Hopefully, if they just like play a land and play 1 card, and I'll at least get some value out of the Rat. But if they dump their whole hand, you know, what are you going to do? Maybe I should have... They discarded a Big Fin Bouncer. Do I want to play the Eaten Alive now? What are they holding? Jeez. I mean, I still kind of got to deal with the flyers, right? And my deck is just so removal heavy. Do I want to trade off the Ghoul for the Big Fin Bouncer, potentially? They would come back and I would block. Okay, they're not going to block with the Bouncer or attack with it. Again, I'm worried about what they kept. A Strix Lookout. Five mana. Angel and the Hunter? Where were my hunters? How good would the hunters have been? I had one burglar rat. Hungry Ghoul just eats creatures? Yeah. Okay. I'm not too excited about trading the Ghoul for the reinforcements and the Hunter. But I trade like the Ghoul and the Cat for like... That'd be for like 2 things. And it would get the Lookout out of the way. Are they going to look out? Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough with them getting to do this every turn. They're limited on blue mana. So it's also going to be tough for them to continue to do it. And them chumping potentially starts to get the zombie in. Like, I'm a lot less worried about trading the zombie for Lookout and Hunter than I was for reinforcements and Hunter. I'm gonna eat this food here, I believe. I don't have any life gain synergies. I don't have any artifact synergies. Sure. I mean, this is all suspicious. It could be a Rebuke. It could be a Cathar Commando. It could be a Joust Through. The Joust Through is really dangerous. Like, it could end up getting my Ghoul and the cat if I'm a little too anxious with the sacrificing. Surveil to the top. Okay. I guess that was a reason to play the Hungry Ghoul first, because I could have eaten that Hungry Ghoul with the other Hungry Ghoul. This is going to get him a second blue. Unless I want to trade the Cathar Commando for it. I'm really not sure about that. I could have saved a life, kept them from getting the second blue. I guess the second blue didn't matter. They have to block. I could hit him for 6. I guess we're just going to bluff with the land here. I mean... If they have like another make your move or any other removal spell, but if they don't, they played nothing else. Another make your move. I mean, a double blue card makes sense, but another make your move also makes sense. Okay, maybe it's double blue cards. If I was just going to go in with the Ghoul and commit to sacking creatures, maybe I should have just gone in with the Hawk as well in that case. I'm not sure. I don't think so, right? Because then they get to get... If it was specifically make your move, and they blocked... I attack with a 3/3, a 1/1, a 1/1. They block a 1/1, and they're on 4, and they die without me having to make my move. Or without me having to put myself in danger of getting my move maked. Hey yo, 2-drop. It's definitely possible I should have given a little more thought to that scenario. They have fleeting distraction that they're holding. Maybe they have some second draw shenanigans. Maybe they have a Balmor. They could have the 2/1. I have the parent to make more fodder for the Eaten Alive. They could have a... Okay. It is just the fleeting distraction. Kind of in the same scenario here. It's a lot less good if the 2/1 blocks the parent, but that's kind of whatever. I think I'm going to play the Ghoul first. If they have a counter spell, they counter it, and then if it's like a refute, then they don't counter my Leyline Axe or my Bake or whatever. If it's an Essence Scatter, it's an Essence Scatter. Not much can be done there. I trade my 2-drop for their 2-drop, 1 for 1. It was refute. I get in for 4 here. They discarded a Courageous Goblin. A 2-mana play. Okay. Yeah, that's a good card. They got Eaten Alive, they got Stab, they got Burst. Oh yeah, they're they're not my deck. Fleeting Distraction or Burst Lightning is what they would have, obviously. I mean, they got me 1.5 for 1 plus. That was not a great trade for me. This just is tough. If they somehow still have the Wizard, then my rat would get eaten, and I don't want that, I guess. It would be weird if they had the Wizard, but if they have the 4/2 rare, it doesn't eat my rat. They had the Wizard. Really could use a land. I don't want to get the Axe refuted. The zombie dies to the Burst Lightning, but maybe just getting through the Burst Lightning is fine. And I at least get... Could they have another Wizard? Like if they have Wizard plus Fleeting Distraction, or if they do have the Fairy Rare. Can my rat go all the way? Seems highly unlikely. Ward 2. Okay. Just making sure. I mean, it's possible that we see even more Tolarian Terrors happening. That would make sense. I guess I should have eaten a spell with the one creature, one spell with the zombie. That was my own fault there. I could play the axe into a refute. They already played one refute, although it's a common and Essence Scatter is an uncommon. I could just hold up Bake if they play a creature and not risk the axe. So they could still have refute, huh? Seems like they definitely do not. Well, we've got 2 creatures to hold the axe. We've got a removal spell. I can still equip and replay the Gourmand, which is what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, that really sucks. Really didn't have a Braid on my radar almost at all. Aggressive. Also really sucks. Yowzers. Yeah, we're going to lose. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ah, that lets him draw another card, huh? Yeah. They at least have a choice to make or whatever to deal with my Cathar Commando or draw a card and go to 4. Respect. Respect. Oop, no, don't want that. Okay. Still pretty aggressive, like... Ah, okay, I see. So, like, Seeker's Folly might be sick here? They can only draw 1 card this time. Oh, and something else too, huh? Brutal. What do I do here if they slam and jam? Oh, they have Sailor to trigger Goblin, so there's like, they don't even have to attack with Bouncer. Draw your card. And more? Burst Lightning that? Are you sure you couldn't just, like, Burst Lightning me? Probably both work. Am I actually dead? No, not yet. So the... Oh, if they would have attacked with Goblin and Burst Lightning me and whatever, yeah. They drew that one now. Okay. Healer's Hawk. Don't think that's going to save me. Okay. That one was tough. That one was tough. We got out in front. We were doing well. And the Abrade wrecked me, but good. I mean, we've already got 3 wins, though, so we're on the gravy train already. 4th win would be premium gravy. We'll see how it goes. That's another thing, like we don't have frickin' Spectral Sailor, we don't have anything. We have Gourmand. I guess Gourmand can exchange some of our junk for cards. But otherwise we're just drawing off the top, and we drew a few lands there at the end. This hand could use some fodder, that's for sure. We could use one of those Prideful Parents. That'd be pretty good. We'll probably assume we're going to draw a Prideful Parent and play Gourmand on 2, I think. Black-red. Ooh. I guess at least here we have Stab plus 2-drop on 3 as a possibility as well. Especially if they keep this on top. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I want to sack the Ghoul to the Gourmand. That seems aggressive. Although I have a right clunky hand going on here, I'll say that. Okay, having... Okay. Now I need lands and a Prideful Parent. I guess I play the Parent, I eat the 1/1 to the Gourmand, and I find my land drop, and then we're off to the races. Seeker's Folly. Yep, yep. I can eat the Ghoul, but I don't like that. I can use the Ghoul to Eaten Alive the Truffle Snout. I'm going to start getting my face bashed in. Yep, yep. 4-drop, huh? Okay. I mean, that was a big time danger that I was taking there. That was super aggressive and did not pay off. Just really didn't want to miss a land drop. Really didn't want to find another 4-drop. That was... Finding Prideful Parent there still would have been very good. And we have 3 of those. We have a variety of lands in our deck that would have been nice. But we do have... You know, I had 1 more 4-drop, 1 more 5-drop. Oh, 2 more 4-drops. I have the Axe. Banishing Light would have been fine. We have a couple of those. Another Stab would have been good. We have another Stab. I think we were probably, you know... Yep. I think we were in a decent spot to hit, is what I'm saying. Sucks that we didn't. We'll see what happens to us now. Pilfer. Choose a non-land card. Okay, I mean... Sure. I guess that means they don't have giant growth. Oh, that seems like... perfect? Force the action here, I guess. Ooh, geez. Okay. That was a good one to get rid of. At the beginning of your end step. I can turn the rat into a card. I can use the rat to exile the Truffle Snout. I'm assuming they're going to eat the food. I just can't get anything to go smoothly here. Still the stab or the land or whatever would have been good there. Alright, what do you got, I guess? Oh. Boy, that was kind of weird. Oh, this... Oh, no, it doesn't really matter. Conqueror? Parent does seem good enough here with the Gourmand. Eat another food. I think we're in pretty good shape now. We can cast Eaten Alives for just full price. Conqueror would be sick to just finish the game. More removal works. They go to 20, go down to 18. Or the other way around, you know, order of operations. I don't know. Given that I have the axe, I'm going to keep my creatures in play. And play set X. Could be land, could be removal. Putting it under the Banishing Light seems exceedingly dangerous. Pay 7 life. I think I want to just straight exile it. Take no chances. I guess baking it would have given me the food to get a little life back. How greedy do I want to get? I would really like to get the axe equipped. And then I could get value out of the stab. But then if they... I'm going to use the sorcery speed expensive one. I think they'd be fairly upset if they saw my hand. We had that Salty Roper a few drafts back, and I think... Could they have... If they had instant speed disenchant, they would have used it, right? All right, we won some gravy. Very happy, very, very happy. We eventually, we took our chances at the beginning of that game, and we lost in that particular scenario, but things turned around for us, and we found lands and many, many, many removal spells, and won with a couple 2/2s. Axe has yet to be equipped. Oh no, it did get equipped and got abraded. Have we connected with it yet? I don't feel like we've connected with it yet. We haven't seen Conqueror yet. No, we saw Conqueror once, didn't play it. I feel like they're like 2 of the best rares in the set, I believe. But apparently 2/2s and... Why am I playing against a bronze ranked opponent? I'll complain again the other way. I'm 4-1. Like, you can't find anyone else, but maybe this, you know, is some pro. I don't know, but... I personally don't feel like this is a thing that should be a feature of matchmaking. They have a fleeting distraction. Again, let me know what you think. Can our 2/2 and our 1/1 and our pile of removal win the game? Can we do it again? I feel like we're a little bit worse shape this time. Wanted to play the rat first. Okay. They could have just stabbed in response to the rat if they had had that, but if they had a wizard, elementalist adept, then playing the rat first gives me the fodder to make a 3/3. I believe that's sound logic. Yowzers. I mean, Hungry Ghoul and a Burglar Rat and it's a couple Banishing Lights, and let's see how far we get. We will not suffer this thing to live. Put a 6-drop in the graveyard. That makes sense. Eaten Alive. I have the lands to start casting Eaten Alives for full price. Again, this leaves like the mana up to eat the rat, should that become a necessity. Yeah, we're just trading 1 for 1, I guess. I guess that was a questionable attack. If they block with the Sprite, they make me put the counter on the Ghoul. And then if they have a removal spell for the Ghoul. But I just wanted to keep getting in damage. And, you know, trading for the Sprite seemed like a reasonable thing to do. It's possible that I should have just sent with the rat, or I'm not sure. Again, I wanted to get the damage in because I kind of need to get the game over with. I don't have a lot going on. Not sure what they might be doing. They could like hit me for 2 and cast Runaway together, but they definitely wouldn't target the rat there. For some reason they were highlighting up my rat. Yeah, we're I do want to hold 1 land, I think, for any possible rats from their side. Alright, they've got double black now, so... Or I guess more Arbiters. That makes a 4/4. They know I have Eaten Alive. The Sprite. The Sprite makes their instants and sorceries cheaper. That's what I was missing. I saw the 2 blue and I was like, can't Essence Scatter my Eaten Alive. But they can do that. That's for sure. Now they're digging around in their graveyard. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's possible I was, well, it's exceedingly likely I was going to get got by the Refute at some point. Mill 3 cards, return an instant or sorcery. They pick up a Refute, and then I'm just, you know, nothing can ever... Yep. I can just wait to try and double spell, run the risk of just like drawing another land and falling farther behind. I can play the parent and just get through the Refute. They can like cast Inspiration and pick up the Refute again. I'm just kind of dead, it seems like. They let me do that, huh? If it's like bake, I mean, I'm going to lose regardless, right? So the only thing I can hope to do is just like eat all my stuff and get in for damage and, you know, hope they misplayed or I don't know what. They're going to like wrath my board here essentially. But what are you going to do? I'm not sure what the winning line is here, honestly. Maybe I'm just giving up the game here. I'm just like getting wrecked regardless. Well, I have a lethal threat, so I don't necessarily have to deal with the refute unless they have an answer. I mean, they do. It's in their graveyard. But maybe I can buy myself enough time, make them cast the big expensive spell. We found another land, which is fun. Bummer. I guess I should just shut up and stop getting my ass beat by bronze players, right? Like, I should just be better at this game. There's nothing I can do, right? Like, they just do nothing and hold up refute or whatever. Yeah, so they still have refute up. GG's. We got one more go, right? Was I 4-1 or 4-2? We got one more go to win a little bit more gravy. Yeah. Okay. We'll try again. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Like I said, we don't really have any filtering or card draw or anything outside of that one Gourmand, so when we're just trading 1-for-1 all the time, we're on the draw. We've got, you know, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, sort of. Being on the draw is good. They've mulliganed, also good. That it is what it is. We're already on the flood plan, but we'll be okay. Are they going to stab me? Okay. Pump the brakes on the lands. 5 is plenty. Or, you know, 6 is fine. Six is plenty, though, right? Okay, 6 is plenty. Thank you. I mean, maybe we should be getting in. It's just like Uncharted Voyage. Sure. I feel like we've got a Bloodthirsty Conqueror in our deck somewhere. Put a Rogue's Passage in their graveyard. Okay. I mean, we do run the risk of drawing a land, which... What are you going to do? Soul Shackled Zombie. What's in our graveyard? A Stab. What's in their graveyard? An Adept. Okay. Are they going to eat their own graveyard, or are they going to forego the drain? They're going to eat their own graveyard. Okay. Exile up to 2 cards? I guess the land doesn't matter, but They don't have to do that. Okay, 7 lands is enough, right? Haha! You idiot. Have they got removal? Uncharted Voyage. I mean, they're... A Hungry Ghoul. Do I want to just try to eat the Commando? The Commando kind of stinks. And I really could use like a Prideful Parent and stuff. The Commando neither blocks nor attacks. So I'm going to attempt to turn it into a card. It's not really likely they're going to have... Turn it into a land. A little bit frustrating. Definitely should have played the Ghoul first as well. To play around the removal spell. That one's totally on me. Nah, this is a frustrating one, that's for sure. I'm going to do this, hope they flood. I really don't want them to just, you know, have 2 looks at a good card every turn. 8, 9, 10 lands, so we've got 7 left. That makes things tough. Okay. He is hungry. Yeah, we're dead again. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, we got 4 wins, right? Too late for that. I suppose it was kind of always too late for that. Yeah, there's nothing I can do against the Ghoul. Maybe Conqueror can get me out of this here, assuming that this isn't 2 counters and or removal spells, which I'm sure that it is. It's a 4/4. So it could be a 7/7. So I technically could trade all my cards for it, if that worked out. I don't see that happening, but I think we kind of have to try that if they're just gonna do this. Okay. No, not frustrating at all. These 2 games were not frustrating at all. 10, 11, 12 lands. I mean, that's what I get, right? I chose to play 17 in best of 1. There's that. It's marginal, but It is a thing. And again, I'm playing a deck that has no filtering or card draw outside of one card, so yeah, I have to block here and get my guy killed. I think I like stab and make them put stuff on the Hungry Ghoul. Because then again, if I find the removal spell, then I've done something. Like if I find a removal spell right now, they're left with 1 insect, and I only take 1 damage here. Unless they just let these trade. I think there's an argument to just let them trade and keep the 2/1/1 flyers. Fake your own death. Of all the cards I could draw, this one is 1000% at least 1 turn too late. Okay. We actually ranked down. Nice. Yeah, we got 3 packs and we got to have a fun draft for 100 gems. Can't ask for much more than that. I mean, you know, I thought the deck was pretty decent. Like, a little muddled, a little lacking in power. We were like black-white control, but not really. And we were like black-white sacrifice, but not really. Conqueror never got cast. Leyline Axe never got a hit in. So confirmed these cards stink, obviously. Yeah, the last 2 games... Second to last game, I drew a couple too many lands. Opponent, you know, got out ahead of me. Last game, flooded. It happens. But otherwise, you know, we had some fun games where we got to just remove all their things and chip them to death with 2/2s. So that was a fun deck. If you watched the video, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Hit any and all buttons you want to hit. Let me know how you feel about giant disparities in matchmaking. This is the second time that's happened in recent memory. I got my ass kicked by the bronze player this time, so apparently it's all fine. Let me know, you know, maybe early on in this draft I missed a pivot where I should have been blue or I should have done something else. I don't know. Let me know. Otherwise, be excellent to each other out there, and I'll see you for the next one.